All right, what's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Armon, and we're back with another video. Get in here, get in here. We got to get into some things. Now, I see that it's doing this glitching thing again. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure it out. If any of you guys know how to help me, please, I need help because I cannot figure it out. It does this. I'm probably going to have to switch my software, but bear with me for the glitch. It's been doing this for, like, at this point, years. Child, but it stops and it comes and goes, and I just don't know what to do no more. So I'm over it. But I want to bring you this video, and if I just worked on this all day, then we wouldn't have had the video. But we got to talk about the VMAs, all right? This year's MTV Video Music Awards ratings telecast rises to just over 4 million viewers, all right? Being the highest watched VMAs in over 4 years, according to Variety. All right, so this put Megan Thee Stallion's VMAs hosting over Nicki Minaj's VMAs hosting, okay? So we're going to talk about that, and we have to talk about that nasty whack that Megan Thee Stallion gave Nicki Minaj during her medley of performances. Okay, so let's get into this Variety article now. All right, MTV Video Music Awards ratings telecast rises to just over 4 million viewers. The MTV Video Music Awards saw a jump in viewership over last year's telecast, according to Nielsen data. The VMAs nabbed approximately 4.8 million viewers with the original telecast and 2 encore airings. That is up roughly 8% compared to last year's show, which pulled in 3.78 million viewers. The 2024 show represents the VMA's biggest audience in 4 years. The main telecast was broadcast across 13 Paramount-owned networks: MTV, Comedy Central, Paramount Network, TV Land, CMT, MTV2, Logo, Pop, Nick and Nick at Night, VH1, BT, BT Her, Univision, and VMAS. Per Paramount, the show also pulled in 67.7 million social media interactions, making it the most social interactions ever for a VMAs telecast. Taylor Swift was the big winner of the night, winning 7 awards out of her 12 nominations, including Artist of the Year and Song of the Summer. Swift notably broke Beyonce's record for most solo VMA wins, with 30 total wins over Beyonce's 26. Swift is now also the first artist to win Video of the Year 5 times. Okay. Other winners include Megan Thee Stallion, who also hosted the show, as well as Chappell Roan and Post Malone, with Roan winning the award for Best New Artist. This year's VMA also featured massive performances by Roan, Megan Thee Stallion, Sabrina Carpenter, Katy Perry, and Camila Cabello. Eminem also performed and won Best Hip Hop and Best Visual Effects for Houdini. Roan and Carpenter made headlines with their performances. Roan took to the stage to do a medieval theme complete with armor, crossbows, and flaming castle. Carpenter, meanwhile, took it to the outer space thanks to her performance that featured astronauts and aliens. Okay? So this has been the most talked about VMAs ever, and I'm kind of gagging, but you know, I just think that other VMAs could have been much more talked about. However, we didn't have social media the way that we do now. So I don't think that there was anything that was just so amazing about this VMAs, honestly. If I'm being honest with you, this VMAs was kind of boring. The VMAs is not the same anymore. Even the stunts and the drama and the tea, it's not even as hot. So I just think it having the most interactions and impressions is just because we have social media and there's different ways to calculate that stuff now. Because you can't tell me that this VMA was just off the chain like that. It wasn't. Or maybe because it was more of a white VMA this time, I really wasn't that interested. Because the VMAs to me kind of was like a snooze fest. I enjoyed Katy Perry. That was about it. Glorilla's performance was cool. So, you know, I really didn't enjoy everything about the VMAs. The fashions wasn't really all that for me. But I didn't mind it either. It wasn't a bad one. Megan Thee Stallion as a host, I mean, she did what I thought she would do. She would be Megan Thee Stallion as a host. It was nothing just too exciting. She did the job, but it wasn't, you know, it really wasn't anything to wow about. But at the end of the day, I feel like being a host nowadays for that kind of stuff, it's not the same. Because you see the host throughout the show, maybe what, 2 or 3 times? 3 times at best. And one of those times is the performance. And I feel like there's a bunch of presenters. Like, you don't really, like, I feel like back in the day when they had hosts, you actually had the host the show. Like, even when I think when Nicki went and hosted, I think I've seen Nicki maybe twice. So Megan Thee Stallion as a host, she didn't do bad. It was what it was. She did what she could with what she had in the time that she had. So it was what it was. It was no different than Nicki doing hers. I mean, when you're the host of these awards, it's not anything fantastic. You don't get that much airtime. It'd be nice if she was actually the host all the way through, and you could really see it. But it doesn't give that anymore. I don't know why award shows don't do that. Now, but I really want to get into the whack. When she was like, and you never gonna check me, and she was given that. So, okay, if you don't know what happened, Megan Thee Stallion performed, okay, and mind you, we're in Queens, Nicki's hometown. She was taunting the whole night. Let's just get into it. Like, girl, they had Fat Joe and what's his name? DJ Khaled. They was talking about, what was they saying? We the best music and Terror Squad and they Rock Nation. Rock Nation was like an underlined shout out. Rock Nation kept getting shout out throughout the whole award show. Every time, like, you'd see Fat Joe or you'd see DJ Khaled or even Megan Thee Stallion, she kept mentioning Rock Nation. I thought that was interesting because I'm like, oh, they keep bringing Rock Nation up because they know that Rock Nation is like getting dragged right now, and Rock Nation is like a hot topic. And then, of course, Nicki just dragged Jay-Z and Rock Nation, and everybody's dragging Rock Nation. So they're showing their alliance to Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion showing her alliance to Rock Nation. And remember, the whole thing was Nicki. They allegedly Nicki was supposed to host or be there this year, but then Desiree Perez was like, well, we need Megan Thee Stallion to host because Nicki hosted last year, and if Megan Thee Stallion is not the host of the VMA Awards, then allegedly Jay-Z and Beyonce won't come to the show, all of that stuff. Well, Jay-Z and Beyonce was never there, but somehow the girls knew that Megan Thee Stallion was set to host. I thought it was interesting that she was set to host right after Nicki Minaj. I feel like the VMAs was very messy on that. But I feel like Nicki does not like her because they keep trying to put Meg in Nicki's spot, like, girl, that they're like they're equals, or like they're like, like you can compete like competitors. In many ways they are. But I just feel like we had Nicki last year, now we got Meg this year. The VMAs know what they're gonna do. They're doing to get the people talking. So anyway, Megan Thee Stallion performed a lot of songs off of her album, and then she performed Hiss, the Nicki Minaj diss. But what I thought was interesting about the Hiss record is that she used it as a transition record to like kind of get to her next set. So she didn't really rap any of the part of Hiss until it got to the Nicki shade. So the whole first half she let play. Then she got on the mic. These not mad at Megan, these mad at Megan's Law. I don't know what the problem is. Some. But you never gonna check me. Some. And then she was doing her fist like this. You gotta go back and look. So she knew exactly what she was doing. She made sure she let it know, you ain't mad at Megan, you mad at Megan's Law. And I don't know what the problem is. Remember, she just said that in an interview too. And then she was like, you never gonna check me. And then she started doing her fist like, girl, like it could be up. My thing is this though. That was a response to Nicki Minaj. And she was taunting Nicki the entire night. She knew that she was. Megan Thee Stallion is, I'm trying to Megan Thee Stallion is playing a get under your skin game. And I think that's because she has the powers that be on her side. And they're saying, we're going to play a different game. You don't have to rap against her. We're going to taunt her and terrorize Nicki and all of her affiliates. And so that's why I think you have Nicki crashing out against Jay-Z and going off on Rock Nation, because it's so many different layers to this we don't even understand. It goes so much deeper than just Bigfoot and Hiss. It's like you got the Jay-Z and Lil Wayne and Nicki and Jay-Z and Nicki and Meg, and just it's so many different levels to this. And so I think that Megan Thee Stallion is like, I got heavy hitters behind me. I got power behind me. So, girl, we're going to whack you with power. You know what I'm whacking you for, and you know why I'm here. You know what it's given. And I'm just going to smile and keep walking into position because, girl, I can't lose because I got power on my side. And I know it's going to make you sick, and you're going to keep crashing out on live looking crazy. I mean, I feel like that is the plan. I feel like they tell her to be like, you know, just chill. You don't respond. She'll make herself look crazy. She'll just look like she's bitter and she's going, you don't have time to go off on her. Like, just don't respond. She's going to make herself look like a nutcase. I feel like that's what her team is telling them. And then meanwhile, though, they taunt Nicki Minaj and they taunt her and they taunt her and they taunt her. But they know that we don't know what the hell's going on. And then when Megan Thee Stallion does her interviews, I don't know what the problem is. But yet you go on stage and then you go and do the Megan's Law line and you keep throwing out Rock Nation as though I'm not mad. I just see the play. You're going to keep throwing the rock and hide in your hand because the teams that the people in back you, they got some money and they got power. So they got your back. And Nicki already know what's up. And then she's been established long enough. So Nicki like, girl, I'm airing it out. And they telling Meg, just be cool. Just let her crash out. Let her crash out. We got you, but we're going to keep sticking at her. We're going to keep sticking at her. And Meg get up there. What's going on? And it's like, girl, they playing a dirty game because why did Meg never respond to Bigfoot? It's some tea over there. It's a lot of tea, but she definitely whacked Nicki in a subliminal way. She responded to Nicki and whacked her in her city as the host. Very petty, very messy, and we loved it. Very Rock Nation behind me, supporting me, and telling me how to get under your skin. But a lot of people are saying if it's not directed, it's not respected. She didn't whack her hard enough and she didn't respond to Bigfoot. We would not be getting response to Bigfoot. We're not getting response to Bigfoot because that's where Rock Nation has advised her not to do so. They're not going to do a direct battle with Nicki Minaj, and it's bigger than Bigfoot. They are going to antagonize the hell out of Nicki Minaj through Megan Thee Stallion's success. They're going to keep playing games with her and then making her look like she's crazy. And she's going to keep falling for it because they're going to keep getting her emotionally triggered. Or at least that's the tactic. That's the tactic. So, I mean, at least that's what I feel like it's giving. You guys let me know what it's giving, all right? Do you guys think that we're going to ever get a response? Do you think that Rock Nation is behind this Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki thing and kind of telling Megan to stand to the side and let them puppeteer the beef and antagonize Nicki using her? You get what I'm saying? And then Megan Thee Stallion gets to keep her hands clean, and Nicki gets to look crazy. I don't know. It's an interesting situation. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And then what do you guys think about this being the most watched VMAs in the last 4 years? This VMAs was bigger than the VMAs with Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, with Nicki Minaj. Very interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And until next time, keep that same energy. And I'll see you soon. Peace out.